So 안녕하세요. KBZMS CEO Anil Mancham입니다. KBZMS is one of the leading general insurance companies in Myanmar. Actually, this year we're celebrating our 10th anniversary. So we provide a wide range of products. We have personal lines like motor, personal accident, health, but we also provide commercial line, which is for the big corporates like industrial all risk, construction all risk, overseas marine cargo. And over the last few years, we've been investing heavily in our company, and we now leading the market. In October 2020, we started our corporate insurance segment, and it's very important to note that we have a joint venture partnership with MSI Japan, and they bring a lot of expertise to the commercial lines business. So the service we provide is we do underwriting survey, so our customers get a very comprehensive report about their risk profile. We have underwritten pretty large policies over the last 12 months in Myanmar. So one of them is one of the large telecoms in Myanmar. We also did a brand new oil terminal, and we also insured a power plant in Molawai. So it kind of demonstrates the strength of our underwriting capacity. Another thing that we provide is international reinsurance capacity. Our international reinsurance program is the strongest in Myanmar. We are actively expanding our presence in the garment industry. So over the last year or so, we actually underwritten different garment factories, some Korean garment factories, some other overseas garment factories. And the experience is that the underwriting is very smooth, the policy issuance is very smooth, and most importantly, we have enough capacity to underwrite garment factories. To give you an idea, the factories that we insure, they range from a few million US in terms of sum assured all the way up to 100 million US. And all that can be completely underwritten by KBZMS. So corporates don't have to worry whether we have enough reinsurance capacity. They don't have to worry about the cover that we provide. Our industrial or risk has enough flexibilities to cater to the needs of a specific garment factory. And in terms of pricing, we can be quite competitive and at par with international insurance companies. There are challenges, obviously, with currency and the security situation in the country. However, the insurance sector is indeed growing. KBZMS from April 1 to August end, year on year, our premium grew 49%. So we're growing quite strong. And one of the reasons is that large corporates who do business in Myanmar, they used to reinsure directly overseas, but then they have some issues with US dollar premium payment. So some of those big corporates are now looking at domestic insurance companies. So that's how we were able to acquire some pretty large corporates who found out that KBZMS can provide the same level of services as international insurance companies. As a matter of fact, it's probably easier for them to do business with us. They can pay in Chat, for example. They don't have to pay in USD. And when a claim happens, they deal directly with us. They don't have to go overseas. We have a presence in Myanmar across the whole country. We have 24 branches, which means if something happens in a country, we are very likely to provide on-site support. As an example, so Hurricane Mocha, there was a lot of claims across the country, like Sittwe, for example, but we had a branch on the ground who could do a survey immediately, take survey photos, send to head office, so we could process very quickly. So that's one of the benefits of working with us rather than going through an international insurance company. We have to also prepare our business plan for the next 5 years, so we have to reflect on what we think will happen with the country. So based on our analysis, we're quite optimistic in the medium to long term. Maybe in the very short term, still challenging with some operational issues, some currency issues. But if you look at a 5 or 10-year horizon, we're very optimistic and we're quite ambitious in terms of where KBZMS will be in 10 years from now. What we expect is that when things settle down, foreign investment will only increase. So we expect the middle class to grow over the next 5-10 years, which means the economy will grow, which means infrastructure will improve, which means a lot of opportunities for foreign investment. So one of the challenges that we face is talent, because insurance is a pretty new industry. So it's not easy to find staff who have the right skills or experience in underwriting, claims, etc. However, we have been investing in local staff. We've been training them up. We have a number of expats from Japan and other countries who train local. So it's a challenge to recruit talent and to retain them. The other challenge, as many people might know, is the currency issue, the depreciation of Chat, because our reinsurance premiums are still in US dollar. But we expect over the mid-long term that will be better. One thing for sure is that Myanmar market is probably one of the last countries in Asia. So what I expect, it will rapidly grow over the next 5 years. In terms of advice is that make sure once you arrive in Myanmar, you have a good local management. You also invest in developing local talent such that you're not only successful in the short term, but you have a strong management team in the mid and long term. Another thing which is very important for doing business in Myanmar, actually in any country, is to regulate. Please make sure that you know the regulations quite well. Make sure you have the right relationships with the government bodies or the regulators, and be up to date on the regulatory developments. If necessary, you hire a full-time headcount to help you manage government relationships.
미얀마 왔을 때 미얀마라는 나라를 사실 잘 몰랐어요. 미얀마에 도착했는데 생각보다는 낫더라고요. 로컬 콘도에 살았어요. 깨끗하고 보기에는 아무렇지 않았는데 살다 보니까 개미가 물더라고요. 근데 남편은 안 물렸어요. 저만 물었어요. 너무 간지러워가지고 개미 때문에 너무 힘들었어요. 양말을 당연히 더우니까 신지는 못하겠는데 사람들이 맨발로 많이 걸어 다니더라고요. 그런 것도 되게 놀라웠고. 살던 곳하고 많이 달라서 신기한 게 많았는데 사람들도 좋고 살다 보니까 좋은 점도 많고 지금 이 생활에 적응이 돼가지고 편하죠. 평온하게 일상을 살고 있어서 좋은 것 같아요. 방콕이나 이런 데에 비해서는 조용하죠. 느릿느릿 살 수 있는 장점이 있는 것 같아요. 생각하는 거랑 다르게 막상 오면은 좋아할 거예요. 오히려 살다 보면 여기에 너무 적응이 돼서 편할 거예요. 국제학교마다 2-3살부터 다닐 수 있는 유치원이 있어요. 거의 다 외국 선생님이어가지고 영어가 금방 많이 늘더라고요. 저희 아이는 학교를 되게 좋아해요. 자유롭게 놀고 그림도 많이 그리고 놀이도 많아가지고 굉장히 좋아해요. 단점이라면 조금 일찍 끝나요. 2시 반에 끝나거든요. 그래서 한국보다 1시간 정도 일찍 끝나는, 그거 빼놓고는 만족도 꽤 높아요. 반에 아이들도 별로 없어요. 그렇게 많지가 않아가지고 선생님들이 관심을 많이 써주기 때문에 좋아하더라고요.